Well, this video might get taken down. So, here we go. We have a new rumor, alright. The Super Mario Bros. Animated movie details have leaked. You know, this was bound to happen eventually. Alright, we've been seeing so many rumors, so many leaks already. This one seems real though, alright. I'm not gonna say this one's the real deal, but like, come on. This one, everyone's been talking about this one, alright. I needed to see this for myself. So, like, here I am doing this video. I don't know if Nintendo's gonna strike down this channel because I made one video on this leak. Alright, so like, this might be like a limited time deal, alright? If you see this video, you might want to share it to your friends so they can see this, you know. But, yeah, anyways, here we are on, what is this website? Nintendo Everything, right? So, rumor, Super Mario Bros. Animated movie details leaked, alright? Alright, like, this thing, it's been delayed, you know that already. Right? We've been waiting for like years for this movie to come out, alright, by Illumination. We know about the cast, and that's it, alright? We know that it's like an origin story for Mario, and that's really it. Like, we don't know anything else. So, like, I've been waiting for a trailer, but I guess that's not gonna come until like fucking 5 months. So, you know, this is all I can get, alright? I needed to see this for myself, alright? I might have read it before, but we're reading it together, alright. Let's read. The Super Mario Bros. Animated movie was announced years ago, that's right, yet there's very little that we actually know. The main cast has been previously confirmed, but in terms of what to actually expect, things have been quiet, right? Very quiet. We don't know anything about this. Maybe they're scared that it's shit, right? Before that recent delay took place, rumored details about the film supposedly leaked online. This information is a bit dubious, but GamesBeat's Jeff Grubb, who has a history with leaking news pertaining to games, this isn't a game, seems to think that it could be legitimate and may have come from audience testing, right? So that's weird. That's weird to me. Like, that's kind of... People have already seen this movie? Like, that's so unbelievable to me. Like, you can just get an email from Nintendo or whatever and be like, hey, you want to see our new movie? It's about Mario and it has Chris Pratt. Like, and you just like, don't tell it to anyone, alright? Or else we'll sue you and we'll kill you. So, I would say that they're really good at not leaking it, but then again, this thing exists, so, you know, maybe they aren't that good at that good at keeping it a secret. They're just telling it to everyone, and now the news sites are posting it, and now we can read it for ourselves. You know, should we read it? Alright, you know what, we're going straight into it, alright? General, here we go. Cartoonish art style, full of life and color. That's what you want to hear, alright? That sounds great, right? Like, of course it's gonna be full of life and color. It's not like Illumination movies look bad, alright? I watched Sing 2 and that looked pretty alright. It looked like real life. Like, but here's the best part, alright? Similar to the look of Hotel Transylvania. Now that is very, very interesting. It's cause like, that movie is what the? Man, I had a giant ass ad. Similar to the look of Hotel Transylvania. Now those movies are very cartoony, right? They're very snappy, alright? They have very exaggerated movements and poses. So like, that's very interesting, right? Cause like, that's not what Illumination does. They just make everything like, look realistic, you know? They don't really put, like, they have their minions and, and, you know, their fucking animals that sing. You know, they don't have that much, but that's gonna be very, because that's not anything that they do, right? How good is that gonna look? Like, that doesn't make, that's really interesting. Alright, next one. Humor is very punny / meta, but no dabbing, fart jokes, etc. Alright, I didn't think there was gonna be dabbing anyways. Like, they don't do dabbing. Okay, but fart jokes? Good. Alright. If this is true, that's extremely good. Cause like, you know, Minions, they love their fart guns and whatever. Alright, very punny / meta. This seems like it's gonna be one of those kinds of movies, alright? It's gonna be making fun of Mario itself, you know. It's gonna be making lots of puns, you know, about Mario creatures, you know. It's gonna be interesting, right? Is it gonna make fun of itself for being a movie with Chris Pratt as Mario? Like, I don't know, right? That seems interesting. No fart jokes? That seems kind of unbelievable. But also, it seems believable because Nintendo's making this movie with them, right? Shigeru is up in there telling them, don't add fart jokes or we'll kill you, right? Alright, next one. Mario and Luigi have slight redesigns, starting off with more worn and dusty suits with a muted color scheme. So this one's interesting because it seems like they're gonna have different colored suits from their actual appearance. But alright, it says it right here. Mario starts off with a bluish purple shirt instead of brown. Luigi has green overalls and a bluish purple shirt. Alright, they both have bluish purple shirts, whatever that means. That sounds like the Mario World sprite to me, no? No? No. But like instead of brown, does Mario wear brown? Like, Mario doesn't wear brown. You say instead of brown, but like Mario doesn't wear brown. Where's his actual outfit, right? Like bluish purple shirt? That's hard to envision, right? Because like, it's the shirt, it's not the overalls. So like, who cares, right? What do the overalls look like, right? They both switch over to their more iconic colors later in the movie, right? That makes sense. That makes sense. It's gonna be like like the scene in the Sonic movie 1 where Sonic is wearing his worn out white shoes all the time until he gets to the house where the little kid gives him his actual red shoes. It's gonna be like that, but in this movie, is this movie just gonna take from the Sonic movies? It better, because then that means it'll be good. Alright, but Mario and Luigi have Brooklyn accents. There we go. That's great, alright. This is what you want to hear, like, right? Mario and Luigi have Brooklyn accents. That's perfect, alright? Because, like, I don't want to hear Chris Pratt doing a bad Italian accent. or, like, Charlie Day, right? I don't want to hear him. I mean, his would probably be alright, but like Chris Pratt? No. That sounds horrible. This is what I was expecting, alright? In every Mario media that isn't his actual games, he has a Brooklyn accent, and that's awesome, alright? You hear Vine Sauce? He does that all the time, alright? So, you know, having the Brooklyn accents, that's great, alright? Because that means that it's not gonna be shitty, but maybe it will be, who knows? How good can Chris Pratt's Brooklyn accent be, right? That's really interesting. You know what? Next up. DK Jr., Pauline, and Toadsworth rumored to appear. Alright, so like, what is this, right? I mean, it makes sense for the beginning of the movie where it's in a city, like, in a real life city, you know, spoilers, but it's in a real life city apparently, and there's gonna be a mayor, and there's gonna be Donkey Kong Jr., I guess, and Toadsworth, which is like the other mayor, right? So like, that's interesting, because Toadsworth hasn't appeared in like 50,000 years. Like, I thought they killed off that character entirely, but his first appearance being in the Mario movie? That's kind of crazy, right? I thought they were done with that guy for good. DK Jr., is he gonna have his iconic shirt with what? It has a letter on it. I think it's like J or something. DK? I don't know. Pauline? Oh my god, that would be great, right? I bet she's gonna have her mayor outfit from Odyssey. I mean, it makes sense, right? That's what the city's based off, the one in Odyssey. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, Daisy is name dropped. Alright, so any Daisy stands out there, here you go, you get that. You don't get anything else, because fuck you. Right? You just get a name drop, alright? So, do with that what you will, alright? None of these movies are gonna have Daisy. She's just name dropped. What does that even mean? Right? Is it gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm Luigi, I have a wife, her name's Daisy. She won't appear in this movie, but she exists. Because like, she's just, what kind of conversation do you bring up Daisy in, right? Oh yeah, Luigi, what's your wife? Daisy, right? So like, yeah, she's not gonna actually be in the movie. I mean, Rosalina isn't even name dropped according to this like summary. So that's weird, alright? Are they gonna add those in the later movies? The more princesses? That would be interesting. That would make everyone on Twitter go nuts, alright? Let's be honest, but like, yeah, you're just name dropped. Do with that what you will, Daisy Stands, alright? Screw you. You just get a name drop, fuck you. Alright, female toads are in the movie. Alright, that's very interesting. Because nowadays, all toads are like gender, like ambiguous to their gender, alright? They all just look the same, right? That's what every Paper Mario fan complains about. All the toads, they look the same, right? So like, female toads, does that mean like tons of toadettes? Or is it more like Paper Mario, where all the toads actually look different, right? The original Paper Mario games. Like, all the toads, they had unique designs, and you could tell if they were a girl or a boy, you know? Is it gonna be like that? You know, this movie, who knows? If they play their cards right, this could affect the games. You know, maybe the next Paper Mario, there'll be female toads, right? I mean, you never know. This movie, they might be changing their ways, you know. So like, female toads, that's really interesting. Are they? Here's what I'm thinking. Are they all gonna be voiced by Keegan-Michael Key? Because like they said that was the voice of Toad. All right. So my mind thought every toad in this movie is gonna be voiced by Keegan-Michael Key. All right. It better be like that. Even the female ones. All right. Because if it's like that, then this movie will be a 10 out of 10. Alright. Hearing every voice be Keegan-Michael Key, that'll make this the best movie ever. Alright, here we go. Villainous character Spike shows up at the beginning and then at the end to congratulate them. Alright, so we know Spike from Wrecking Crew. Alright, if you don't know that, you're not a true fan. So villainous character Spike, why is he a villain? Alright, he's gonna show up at the end to congratulate them, but why is he a villain? Right. Oh wait, it says it here. Spike is a greedy/bossy character. Alright, that makes sense, but yeah, so he's like a boss, alright? He's like Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs isn't a villain, alright, or villainous, right? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Mr. Krabs, he's not villainous. So like, Spike being like the villainous boss, what does that mean? Is he like shady? Is he gonna be the next villain of the Mario movies? Cause like villainous, that's a harsh adjective to give to some guy who shows up at the beginning and then at the end to congratulate them, right? It's not like he's mad at them for saving the day, right? He seems like a nice guy. Why is he villainous? All right, this may just be the article itself being like, oh, this guy's villainous, but no, he actually isn't. All right. Goombas, Koopas, Hammer Bros, Bullet Bills, and their towers. What the? Bullet Bills and their what? Bonsai Bills, Lakitus, Ninjas, and Fuzzies in the movie. Alright, so I didn't read this before, but Bullet Bills and their towers. What does that? Oh, wait. Do you mean the cannons that they come out of? Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, but like, okay. Bullet Bills and their towers. So like, are these all the enemies that are gonna show up in the movie? Cause it's not that many, but also you have some cool ones like ninjas. That's awesome. Goombas, Koopas, Hammer Bros. You got like the classic characters, right? Goombas, Koopas, Hammer Bros, Bullet Bills, Lakitus. Then you have some interesting ones like Bonsai Bills, Ninjas, and Fuzzies. Like those are a little more obscure. So like, it's gonna be interesting to see what the role is in the movie. All right, are they gonna talk? Are they gonna do fart jokes? Are they gonna dab? Right, Goombas with their no arms, they're gonna dab. So like, are they gonna be in the real world or are they gonna be in the Mushroom Kingdom? Cause like, if they're in the real world, then that doesn't really make sense, right? No, Mario's gonna go down the pipe and go to Mushroom Kingdom, and he's gonna find all these creatures there, right? They're enemies of Bowser. So, you know, that's weird, isn't it? Right? But it's also kind of exciting, alright? There's gonna be Lakitus but no Spinies? Is that what that means? That doesn't really make sense, but you know what? Maybe it works, alright. We'll have to see for ourselves when this movie comes out in a year. You know? A year from Sonic Movie 2, right? What a coincidence, right? It's almost like they planned this out. Alright, plot. Plot is up next. Alright, this one's important. Alright. We've gone over the general details, but now here's the plot, alright? Begins with Charles Martinet narration as he goes through different jobs Mario had before the Wrecking Crew. Alright. So, this is kind of what I expected a lot, alright? Because, like, Charles Martinet being the narrator, that's obvious, alright? You know, I wanted him to actually be a character, like, you know, I wanted there to be Wario in this movie, you know, because we've seen Charles Martinet voice Wario with full sentences before in WarioWare Gold, so, like, why wouldn't he be Wario in this movie, right? It works. But no, he's just gonna be the narrator, which was, like, the second thing I expected. So it's not that crazy. But also the next part, I also kind of predicted. He goes through the different jobs Mario had. Alright, so I expected there would be like a montage in this movie showing like all the different jobs he's had, you know? Painter, kart racer, doctor, like plane flyer, right? Cooker, right? Yoshi's cookie. So like this dude Mario has done a lot, alright? And I expected them to make a joke about all the times he's done a different job, right? You know? So like that's very interesting. And also, it's gonna be a lot of Easter eggs to put into this movie, you know. It's gonna be really interesting to see all those Easter eggs. You know, they're gonna do it. All right, it's gonna be fun, isn't it? I still find it really odd how the main focus of this is on the Wrecking Crew, right? That's very obscure, but it also makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm glad that they're not trying to do like. They're not trying to. Like only limited to general Mario stuff that the average consumer knows, cause like that would be so boring. All right, so having the Wrecking Crew be here, it shows that they're willing to make it a little more obscure for the fans, you know, the true fans of the Mario Brothers. So he fights Donkey Kong and saves Mario in the real world, still animated, New Donk City. Who is he? Right? Who saves Mario? Because like. It doesn't say who it is who's saving Mario. Is it Luigi? Right? It says he fights Donkey Kong and saves Mario in the real world. Which is really also interesting because the real world is New Dino City. Why is it called New Dino City and not New Donk City, right? I guess because Donkey Kong is a bad guy? New Dinos, this is just the Mario movie from 1990 whatever. This is just the original Mario movie, but animated. This is literally what it is, because like that movie, it was full of dinosaurs. That was the whole point of it, right? So like New Dino City, is there gonna be actual dinosaurs, or is it gonna be like Yoshi's? Because this is still the real world. This isn't the Mushroom Kingdom, right? That's so odd. Okay, fight apparently choreographed well and fast-paced. That's nice. Alright. That makes sense, alright. I've seen a few Illumination fights. They're not that bad. Right? They're actually pretty good. Alright. If you look at the trailer for Minions 2, you can already see a fight there, alright? The minions are all becoming animals and they fight off the bad guys. So like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you say apparently, like that's a hard thing to do, but no, it's really not that hard. Right? Unless it's like really good. Like it blows my mind when I see it. Who knows? But Mario gets the golden hammer in the fight. Alright, you know, that makes sense because it's like it's Wrecking Crew, it's Donkey Kong. You know, that makes a lot of sense. Alright. Mario is famous in the present. Alright, he's Mario. Alright, that makes sense. Wait, the present? That means it's like a flashback. And then it goes to the present where Mario's famous and then he falls down the pipe. Alright. What are the like the locals gonna look like? Are they gonna look like real people, or are they all gonna look like Mario? You know, because like there has to be locals to make Mario famous. You know, that's what I'm thinking. After hearing reports of gorillas and turtles fighting, he goes into the sewers to investigate. That makes sense. He goes down pipes all the time. But what's strange is why are gorillas in the sewers? right? That's such an odd thing from this movie. Why are there gorillas, Donkey Kongs, in the sewers? That gorillas, plural, by the way, which means that Donkey Kong or Cranky Kong isn't gonna be the only gorilla here. All right, we're gonna see other gorillas in the style of Mario Bros. Right? Have you thought about that? Cause like I didn't until right now. Cause like there's gonna be other gorillas, all right. So you're gonna see other Are they all just gonna look like Donkey Kong, or what? Are they gonna look like the gorilla dude from Sing? No, they're not. Mario runs into an older. No wait, that's the next one. All right. Lots of gorillas underground. Some are partying, others playing drums. What? Playing drums? Is there like Funky Kong here? Like, I can already see the scene. Alright, you go underground, it's icky, and then you see like the Teenage Mutant Gorilla Turtles like playing their drums, eating pizza, you know, fighting crime. You know, they're just doing all that underground, alright? And it's supposed to be gross, and gorillas, instead of being in the jungle, they're just underground? That doesn't make any sense. But Mario runs into an older, cranky Donkey Kong and tries to communicate, but can't since he can't speak gorilla. So, that's interesting, alright? Because I wanted Cranky Kong to actually make some funny commentary in this movie, but if he's only gonna speak in gorilla noises, then that really doesn't make it that much funny, does it? No, it doesn't. So they're gonna have this, like, they already showed off the voice actor. They're gonna have this famous voice actor, Fred Armisen, I'm pretty sure. And he's just gonna make gorilla noises, right? Or maybe it's gonna be a gag where, oh, here's the thing. Maybe it's a gag where Cranky Kong is actually talking English, but then you cut to Mario where he just hears gorilla noises. There you go. That's the gag, alright? I figured it out. I figured out your gag before you even showed it off to me, Illumination, alright? That's obvious, right? That's an obvious kid's trope, right? So, like, that's gonna be what happens, alright? He's not gonna be in the adventure like I was expecting or wanting, right? I wanted Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong to actually join us on the adventure, but no, they're just gonna be like characters you see one time and then never again, okay? That's kinda effed up, right? It's kinda screwed up. So, both end up falling in through a pipe into the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay, never mind. Forget whatever I said. Both of them end up falling through. Wait, so that means Cranky Kong is in this adventure. I didn't even read that the first time. But like, the rest of the plot doesn't mention Cranky Kong at all. So like, is Cranky Kong actually in this story? Or does he just fall into the pipe and never appear again? That's what I'm wondering. I have no idea. Maybe he'll appear in the movie, but they just don't say it here because it's not important. First song of the movie has Bowser singing, and we see his younger years plus his desire to take over the kingdom. Alright, here we go. The songs, alright. This is a musical, you know. Everyone hates the fact that it's a musical. Me, personally, I like it. You know, it doesn't have to be a musical, or it could have just been a normal ass movie, right? But I kind of expected this, right? I expected the Mario movie to be a musical. Isn't that weird? I expected it, but like what else can you sing about in the Mario universe other than like Bowser singing about the kingdom he wants to overtake? Or Mario singing about his adventure, you know? This isn't like the Lorax. You hear the Lorax? They're singing about let it die, let it shrivel up and... No, they're not doing that. They're just doing Mario stuff, alright? So, yeah, here we go. Our first introduction to Bowser, and he's already singing, right? The first thing he does, Jack Black, he's just singing about taking over the kingdom. Alright, we're gonna get our awesome Jack Black musical number, and it's gonna be the best part of the movie. Alright, that's my prediction. The Jack Black musical number, that's gonna be super awesome, right? Bowser then kidnaps Princess Peach, blows up Mushroom Kingdom, and heads for his ship, alright? This is like Odyssey, right? He does this in Odyssey, right? He blows up the Mushroom King. So the Mushroom Kingdom is like a castle, right? I thought the Mushroom Kingdom was like the name of the whole land, but I guess it could be that. He just blows up a section of the Mushroom Kingdom, alright? I'm guessing it's the section that has Princess Peach in it, right? So that makes sense, right? You should have just said he blows up his castle. He blows up her castle, right? Unless that doesn't happen, I'm crazy, alright? Mario and Captain Toad go on a journey to stop Bowser. Alright, so Luigi is gone. It's just Mario and Captain Toad, right? And Captain Toad, that's really interesting. I like how they're pulling original characters here. Like, it's not just Toad, it's Captain Toad. Which is weird, because in the cast reveal, it just said Keegan-Michael Key was Toad, right? Not Captain Toad. Maybe his name is Toad, but he looks like Captain Toad. That makes sense, right? But then does that mean every other Toad is just, like, what do they sound like? Do they sound like him? Or do they sound like minions, right? Like, they're not gonna sound like minions, but I guess they're just gonna have... Are they gonna sound like the games? And then this one Toad has a deep-ass voice and is Captain Toad? Like, what's gonna happen there? I don't understand. But, well, we're gonna have to find out eventually, right? Like, eventually. Second song, in quotation marks, is about plumbing. What? You're just going on this adventure and then Mario's suddenly like, you know what? This adventure's cool now, but man, I miss plumbing. And then he just sings about plumbing. Like, really? That's so weird, but I guess you have to have music. Also, it seems like these two musical numbers are really close together. Is that just me or what? Like, it seems like these are really close together. You gotta have your musical numbers spaced out a little bit more, right? You gotta have Mario singing about his origins and the Wrecking Crew, right? So, yeah. What can you sing about plumbing that isn't just full of toilet humor, you know? Like, so much for no fart jokes, but, you know, having your characters be plumbers, it seems like a goldmine for fart jokes. I mean, I don't know. Is that just me, right? It seems too obvious, doesn't it? But apparently they're refraining themselves. If this leak is to be believed, then they're refraining themselves from actually doing all the fart jokes and poop jokes and shit jokes, you know, everything, right? Luigi is worried since Mario has gone for a while and investigates in the sewers, right? So, yeah, so Luigi decides, oh, I haven't seen Mario around in forever, you know, my wife Daisy, she's crying because Mario's gone. And, you know, Daisy loves Mario more than me, so I'm gonna go investigate in the sewers and see if I can find Mario. Because, you know, that's the only place I can expect him to be. You know, that dude, he always loves going into the sewers. You know, he's a plumber, right? I thought plumbers just cleaned out the pipes. I didn't know they actually went into the sewers. But, you know, I'm gonna go into the sewers. I'm gonna find the exact pipe he went into and go into the exact same Mushroom Kingdom, right? That's what I'm gonna guess happens. Except, hold on, I'm wrong. He ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom, specifically Forbidden Forest, and meets Yoshi. So, when I hear Forbidden Forest, I think about that forest, like, world in Mario World, right? You know, the maze of forest. Oh, the Forest of Illusion. That's what it's called. So, right? And you meet Yoshi. That's interesting. So, Luigi doesn't go down the exact same pipe that Mario did, alright? Apparently, like, whenever you take a shit in the real world, it just ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. Through many different pipes. Like, that's weird, isn't it? You just go down the pipe that supposedly all the shit goes down, and then it ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. So, like, that's a little interesting, don't you think? Like, have you ever thought about that? All your shit ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom? So, yeah. He meets Yoshi. So, when I think meeting Yoshi in the forest, I think of the Subspace Emissary, where that exact same thing happens. Alright, I'm pretty sure Link sees Yoshi sleeping on a stump, and that exact same thing happens. You know, you meet Yoshi, right? Is that like a reference or is that just coincidence, right? We'll know it's a reference if Yoshi is sleeping on a stump, alright? So keep that in mind. Mario fights Bowser and is defeated. That's very it's very to the point, alright? We already meet up with Bowser and we already get defeated, right? It's like in Mario Odyssey where you meet up with him in the Cloud Kingdom and you beat him, but he still fires his cannons at you and you fall into the Lost Kingdom, right? So that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see Mario fight Bowser but then die. And then supposedly he goes somewhere else. Alright, we'll see. Kamek drops Mario off the ship into the Forbidden Forest and he meets up with Luigi and Yoshi. So, yeah, that makes sense. Mario is gonna meet up with Luigi and Yoshi, right? So the whole crew is there. I'm guessing Captain Toad is there, but they just don't specify it. Unless Captain Toad stops existing and goes on another path or whatever, but supposedly the whole crew is here, right? Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Captain Toad, alright? I'm glad Yoshi's in this movie, because he's not in the cast reveal, alright? So it's not like a celebrity is making Yoshi noises. So, you know, that's good to know, right? But, yeah. So, Yoshi's in the movie. Who knows who else could be in the movie, right? So yeah, they're gonna meet up and they're gonna be a team now. They're gonna be like, they're gonna put their fists together and they're gonna be like, we're the Super Mario Brothers! I'm betting that's happening, alright? That's just my prediction. They get new costumes with their iconic colors and go back to Bowser's castle. So, how do they get these overalls and costumes, right? Where do they get them? Like, they just find it on the ground in the Forbidden Forest or what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, where are you gonna find these overalls and shirts and caps that look like Mario, right? So, throughout the story so far, they look different from what they usually do, right? It seems like we've already gone through a pretty hefty amount of the story until they get their iconic colors per se. So, like, that's gonna be interesting. It's literally like the Sonic movie where he gets his shoes like halfway through the movie, right? It's the same thing, right? So like, are they gonna go to a shop in the middle of the forest and find their clothes? Or is it just gonna be underground? Like, what? They don't really specify that here, do they? That's a little interesting, right? So, who knows if this leak is real, alright? But it's still fun though. Eventually, they encounter 3 Bowser clones, in quotations, that mostly tell joke singular and shapeshift into a gross combination of enemies after being defeated. So, this one's a doozy, right? So, you see these 3 Bowser clones that are gonna be joking around in their fucking usual manner in these movies. It's gonna be 3 Jack Blacks, but they're not the real Jack Black, you know, they're just 3 clones of Jack Black. So, yeah, so I'm guessing Kamek made these clones, you know. You see the clones, like in Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros., you see every castle has a Bowser in it, but they're all just disguised enemies. Maybe these are just enemies that look like Bowser. Well, yeah, they combine into a gross combination of enemies. That is the weirdest part of this whole movie to me so far. Alright, if this leak is real, this is the weirdest part. What does that even mean, right? Like a gross combination of why would they do this? The thing I think of when I hear this is Fecto Forgo from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Alright? Spoilers. So, that has a gross combination of enemies in that game, right? And it's just like this blue goop that sucks up all the enemies and they all look like blue goop, right? So that's the image I have in my head of whatever this is, right? And that's not pretty. Like, that is not pretty. Like, what are they doing here? A gross combination of, like, why? What? That doesn't even make sense. this movie's trying to be something else, right? Like, this is not what I expect out of a Mario movie. Like, a gross comment. That's the weirdest part of this whole thing to me, right? Is it like Goombas, Koopas, Lakitus into a gross combination? Like, what? And why did the Bowser clones shapeshift into it? But who knows? They need something to pad out the runtime. So why not haunt everyone, every little children who's watching this movie for the rest of their life, right? Like, you're gonna go see the Mario movie, woohoo! You know, the first Mario movie, and now you see a gross combination of enemies, and now you're scarred for life, right? That's really fun. Before the final battle, there's a song. We're already at the final battle. There's a song where essentially everyone sings, essentially, including Toads, singing about saving the princess, including Toads, right? They're making that a special part of it, right? Mario and Luigi about not losing hope. Bowser and Peach argue to the beat of the song. Right? So, I can already see this, right? Typical kids movie. Right. Bowser and Peach argue to the beat of the song. You can already see how it's happening, right? Mario and Luigi about not losing hope. And Captain Toad and the Toads? Who knows what they're singing about, right? Yoshi's probably singing too. So, you can already see how this is going down. Before the final battle. So when I read this, I think this is happening during the final battle. But no, apparently it's before it, right? Apparently they're all just singing before they fight, right? So Bowser's just arguing with Peach before they fight. Like, I don't get it. Alright, I'll have to see it later. Kamek gives Bowser a mushroom, which causes him to grow. Bowser chases Mario and Luigi through a pipe maze across different locations, such as a desert, ocean, forest, cloudy area. So when I read this, I think of the Sonic movie, where this exact thing happens, but in real life. At the end of the Sonic movie, Sonic has all his rings, and he throws them, and he goes to different landmarks of the world, right? And it seems like this exact same thing is happening, but in the Mario movie, in the Mushroom Kingdom, through all its locations that you see in every game, right? That makes a lot of sense. And, like, I can already see this. It's like the Scooby-Doo doors scenes, where you go through all the doors and you don't know which way anyone's going, right? So, yeah, it's gonna be like that, but, you know, I feel like it's better in Sonic because he goes really fast, right? So he can run across the Great Wall of China really fast and then go to the Pyramids of Giza, right? Really fast, you know. So, but in this, they're just gonna be running normal speed, I guess. I don't know. It just seems a little interesting, right? But Bowser's gonna be really big, alright. So, Bowser's gonna be large as hell, and he's somehow gonna fit through those pipes. Those pipes must be ginormous, right? So, they're just gonna be running across all these locations, alright. Tons of Easter eggs, probably. So, you know, it's gonna be like a new Super Mario Bros. Game, right? That's what it sounds like, you know. What else could you expect from this movie, right? Fire Flower and Superstar power-ups appear during this, but not anywhere else, right? So, the Fire Flower and the Superstar, you don't see them in the movie until this final battle, which is interesting to me. So, in the movie itself, there's not gonna be really any power-ups, right? I guess the mushroom, maybe? But maybe that's it, right? They're gonna make a joke about growing big with the mushroom, who knows, right? So, yeah, that's interesting. Right? So they're gonna use the Fire Flower and the Superstar and try to beat Bowser, right? How can you not beat Bowser with a Superstar, right? Because if you touch Bowser with the Superstar, he just dies, right? So why don't they just try and do that? Unless Bowser uses it, which is kind of effed up, right? Like, maybe Kamek gives it to Bowser, right? I never thought about that, but maybe that could happen. Yoshi fights with Kamek since they have some history, right? Kamek uses his wand to alter the environment and such, right? This is really cool to me. So, Yoshi and Kamek, they do have history, as they say. Maybe they'll go into that in this movie, right? The origins of Mario in the games is that he came in from a stork, and then he landed on Yoshi's island, and Kamek wants to kill him for some reason, and Yoshi has to fight Kamek, you know, in all the Yoshi games. So right, so Yoshi and Kamek, they are like rivals in a sense, and that's gonna be interesting to see in this movie, right? They're gonna have a fight scene with Yoshi and Kamek, with him altering the environment. That's so cool, right? Like Kamek in this movie will be so cool because he can do anything with his wand, right? Like there's no limits to what he can do with that magical shit, right? So he can just alter the environment and it's gonna look really cool, right? I think. Like Yoshi's gonna throw his eggs, Kamek's gonna try and swerve out of the way, and he's gonna alter the environment to try and defeat him, right? That sounds really fun to me, alright? Like, that sounds like a really fun part of this movie to see, right? The Yoshi and Kamek fight scene. I'm gonna look forward to that. If it's true. The last bit of the chase has them tricking Bowser to go into the last pipe and end up in his own lava pit, alright? So after they go through all these pipes, right, they see this last one and they somehow know it goes to Bowser's like evil lava pit. So they somehow trick him, like Looney Tunes style, into going into that pipe, and then he looks at the camera and he says, "Oops!" and then he falls to his death. Right, in his own lava pit. So they've done a loop-de-loop across the entire Mushroom Kingdom to get back to Bowser's castle, and then he just dies, right? You know, Bowser dying, that happens, right? Mario decides to start up a plumbing service in the Mushroom Kingdom. Alright, so this means that the Mushroom Kingdom, they have plumbing, right? So, there's people with these houses and they take shits, you know? They plumb, they have their toilets clogged, and they need someone to help them, right? And I guess there's no other plumbers in the Mushroom Kingdom, unless there's these toads that also plumb, but I guess they need more, so they're gonna ask Mario to start up his plumbing business, and he's gonna oblige, and now, you know, he's gonna have his plumbing business. It's gonna be called the Mario Brothers, you know. And he never goes back to the real world, because apparently, like, who cares about the real world anymore? I'm in this Mushroom Kingdom. Right? So, you know, Daisy is in the real world, right? That's what I'm thinking. Luigi has his wife Daisy in the real world, but he's just like, you know what? I'm staying here in the Mushroom Kingdom. You know, so screw you, Daisy. Screw you, Polly. Screw you, Toadsworth. Screw you, Donkey Kong. Right? You know, Donkey Kong doesn't ever appear ever again in this story. Or Cranky Kong, right? He's just dead. Or so we think. Right? He just doesn't appear again, which is sad, because I wanted more Seth Rogen and Cranky Kong. But, you know, we can't have all nice things, right? We can have this movie, but we can't have all nice things, right? Post-credits scene is Bowser's skeleton. That's interesting, right? So after you sit through the animated credits with a pop song about Super Mario powering up and being a superstar, right? In 8-bit, you know, just like the Sonic movies. You're gonna have the post-credits scene, and it's gonna be Bowser's rotting skeleton in the lava. But then you look up and you see Kamek is still there, and then he waves his wand and he casts a spell on Bowser's skeleton and it makes it come alive, right? And then the sequel, Super Mario Bros. 2, Return of Bowser, and it's Dry Bowser, right? That's the reveal. That's the big reveal. You know, who cares about Tails? Who cares about spoilers? Shadow the Hedgehog, appearing. It's been like a month. Shadow the Hedgehog appearing in Sonic Movie 3, right? So like, yeah, that's not really on the same level, is it, right? I would have rather like a tease of like Wario or Waluigi, you know. No? You're just gonna have Bowser's skeleton That's not really funny, is it? Like, you're just gonna have a scene of Bowser's rotting skeleton. Like, it's not really an image you want to put in the children's head, right? Like, that's interesting. Between that gross combination of enemies and now Bowser's skeleton, like, this movie could be something else, right? It could be really disturbing. Like, really? Nintendo decided this? Like, yeah, we're gonna make this Mario movie disturbing, right? This movie's gonna be really disturbing, right? We're gonna put these images into all the children's head. We're gonna put these scary ass images into the heads of children, and they're gonna poop their pants because this movie's so goddamn scary, right? Like, that's interesting. So, yeah, that's basically all the plot of this movie, right? We've read it all, and it's really, really interesting to me, because this movie could be a lot worse, right? Despite how much flack I give the movie's script so far, it is honestly really, really not bad, right? In fact, I'd even say it's pretty good, you know? For being a Mario movie, like, what is there to go off of with a Mario movie, right? What is there to go off of The Grinch to make it last feature length, right? And they somehow did that. But still, the Mario movie? Like, Mario platforms through all of these locations, and then he beats Bowser. Bowser kidnaps the princess, he beats Bowser, and then he saves the day, right? And then rinse and repeat every single game, right? There's no more story anymore, right? They don't want that. So, this movie has a little bit more of the story, right? Still, it's the usual Mario stuff, right? You have your Bowser kidnapping the princess, going on an adventure, you know. But there's the origin of it, right? They joined the wrecking crew, and they want to be constructionists until, I guess that doesn't go well, so they go down the pipe, and then they land up in the Mushroom Kingdom, right? And Spike is somehow down there congratulating them, you know. Have you ever thought about that? Does Spike go down the pipe too? Like, that's what I'm thinking. So, that's the Mario movie, and, you know, it could be a lot worse. That's what I'm thinking. It seems like a lot of these things are positive about this movie, right? It's almost too good to be true, right? That's what I said. So, like, it's similar to the look of Hotel Transylvania. Like, that's really interesting. This is gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be like, I heard someone say this is gonna be like Illumination Spider-Verse, right? I don't think it's gonna be that good. Like, you gotta understand, Spider-Verse was something special, right? It didn't just it wasn't just a really good movie for a bad studio, right? It changed the way other studios make movies. Have you seen the new animation styles these movies are getting now? Like, the bad guys? That is kind of inspired by Spider-Verse, right? So, this isn't gonna be like Spider-Verse, alright? This is just gonna be a movie that supposedly it looks good, right? I've been seeing people, you know, on Twitter, right? I've been seeing them say, oh, this looks awesome. And then I've been seeing other people say, oh, wait, this looks like shit. Oh, I knew it. This looks awful. Oh, I knew that. I'm not even gonna watch this movie. Alright, this looks awful, right? So I'm like, okay, I see one side of people being like, this looks awesome. This looks actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to actually be this alright, you know? And then I see other group of people being like, alright, this looks shit. This looks awful. I don't want to see this movie. So it's like, wow, really? You see the script and you either land on one side, alright, you think it looks good, you think it looks bad, right? So that's weird, because like, that's interesting, alright? So people are quick to judge, right? They're quick to make a decision, right, on whether or not this looks good or bad, right? It seems like, I feel like it's impossible to make a truly good Mario movie, right, that everyone enjoys. Mario itself is kind of flawed to have like a big story, theatrical feature-length movie, right? It seems kind of hard to do, doesn't it? So like, seeing everyone's reaction to this and seeing everyone think, oh, this looks great, oh, this looks like shit, right? That's interesting to me, because I don't know. It doesn't seem like they could do any better, right? Like, this, to me, seems like the best in Illumination movie based on Super Mario Brothers can be, right? Think about it. This seems pretty good, alright? I don't know about you, but I'm hyped. I'm excited and hyped for this movie. At least a trailer, right? Like, I want to see at least a trailer to see if this is real, right? Like, that's all I want. All I want is a trailer to see what the designs look like, because they don't even like tell us what the designs are, unless they mean like the designs look like Hotel Transylvania. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like that, but like, what do the designs look like, right? Is it gonna look like the actual Mario games, or is it gonna be like that Illumination style of human beings, right? Which I hope not. Alright, because that would be a little gross. I just hope it looks like Mario, right? Everyone wants it to look like Mario, right? So, yeah, that's interesting, alright? Is Chris Pratt actually gonna do a good Brooklyn accent? Right? Because the cast, honestly, in my eyes, the cast is not bad. Aside from Chris Pratt, who is questionable, right? Chris Pratt is known for having the same voice and not really voice acting, right? But maybe this movie can change that, you know? Maybe in the Garfield movie he'll sound like Bill Murray, right? So that's interesting. Cause Chris Pratt, here's what I'm thinking. He played Emmett in the Lego movie, alright? And he did good. I think he did good. That's like the only other animated movie he's done. And I think he did really good as Emmett, because Emmett is this happy-go-lucky guy who, happy-go-lucky guy who is happy all the time and loves saving the day, like Mario. So, it's gonna be interesting, right? I think this movie will be fine, alright? If it's like this, then it'll be great, maybe. It depends on how it's executed, But if it's not like this, then maybe it'll not be good, right? Why did they delay the movie? Why did they do that? Like, what reason is there for them to delay the movie in the first place? Because I've heard that people have seen test screenings and they want to change the movie because people thought it was awful in the test screenings, right? I don't know how true that is, but I mean, it's not like they're delaying it by that much, right? To change the whole movie? Like, it's only a few months, so... And that's also another thing, because, like, they changed the movie from December holiday to April. And that tells me that they are not doing this for a quick buck, right? Because these Illumination movies, they always come out at the same time, either the summer or December. Because those are the most profitable times to release a movie, right? So this tells me that they actually want it to be quality. Alright. They're delaying it from that sweet, sweet, juicy holiday 2022 to spring 2023, right? And that's interesting. That is, to me, that's a good sign that they are not doing this for a quick buck. Because if they were, they wouldn't have delayed it in the first place, right? And that reminds me, they delayed Minions 2 from 2021 to 2022 summer, right? They were gonna release that on the summer of 2021, but they released that on summer of 2022 because they didn't want it to just be streaming. So they wanted it to still be in the theaters so that they could get a lot of money, right? They delayed it a whole year so that Sing 2 could come out on holiday, and then this year, Minions 2 comes out on summer. So, I'm not sure who remembers that, but I remember it. So, I'm surprised that they didn't delay this movie to come out on summer of 2023, because that seems like the prime time to release this movie. you know, it's the summertime. They always release their movies at summer. They get the most money on summer. So this gives me a little bit of hope, right? They're releasing the movie on April, like Sonic did, right? And they're not being too greedy about it, right? They're just releasing it as soon as they can, it seems. So that's interesting, right? They could have just pushed that back to summer of 2023, but they didn't. That's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, that is basically it. Right now, there's no way of verifying that the details above are accurate, so take everything with a grain of salt, right? Take it with a huge grain of salt, alright? You guys, because this could be false and everything could be wrong, right? But there's too many details, right? There's so many details. And it's so specific, right? Like, throughout these leaks, there's things that add up together that you hear. And they all click into place. Like, the 3 Bowsers, right? I've heard that before. Assuming the information is spot on, there's also a chance that things could change before release, right? That's why they delayed it in the first place. Nintendo and Illumination had previously locked down a December 2022 debut for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. This week, however, the film was delayed to April 2023. You know, this week. So, yeah. I'm excited. I'm a little excited. I just want to see the trailer, alright? I still think, in my heart of hearts, that they will release the trailer in the summer, before Minions 2 comes out, so that they have the trailer ready to show for when every like $1 billion worth of people who watch Minions 2, right, they're gonna see the trailer for the Mario movie, and they'll know, right? It's coming out April 7th. That's my prediction. It's gonna be a little stupid if they don't do that, right? Because, like, that's the perfect marketing, alright? Your Illumination, you're gonna promote your next movie, right? It's the fucking Mario movie, right? So, of course you're gonna promote that, right? So, yeah. I expect a trailer somewhere in summer, alright? Before Minions 2 comes out, alright? you all better see Minions 2, right? It's gonna be super fun, right? Yeah, I probably will. But, yeah, that's it. That's the Mario movie leak, and it was interesting. Really, really interesting, alright? I had a lot to talk about, as you can see, by the 58 minutes worth of runtime I have on my recording software, OBS. Wow, I talked for a long ass time. But, yeah, that's how it is, right? I just needed to talk about this movie for a little bit because I have a lot to say about it, right? A whole hour's worth of things, apparently. I didn't even know that, but... but, yeah, so... Are you excited for this movie? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, I haven't uploaded in a month because I'm working on things, alright? Trust me, alright? It's kind of tough to balance school and YouTube, right? I started this whole YouTube channel because I just wanted to, right? Right, I actually decided to make a video, an edited video, right? Because I wanted to, right? I didn't actually realize I had to stick through with that, you know? So, yeah, I'm coming back, alright? Trust me. And don't worry, during the summer, I'll be back for good, right? When summer rolls around, I will be truly back, alright? You just know it. So, yeah, that's all from me. Please subscribe, please. Please, I want 1,000 so that I get money. Just kidding. How many subscribers do I need for community posts? Because that's really what I want. Alright? I want to be able to talk with people on YouTube, right? All I do is tweet, right? And I don't even get that much people who interact, right? I'm sorry, but it's true, right? 3,000 followers, barely anyone knows. So, like, yeah, subscribe, and I'm talking for a long ass time because it's hit an hour now, so I'm proud that I was able to talk for an hour about some stupid ass Illumination Mario movie. So please subscribe, please like. Alright, this video might get taken down, and you know what? We're wrapping things up. Goodbye. See you later. I'll have another video maybe soon. Probably not. Goodbye.